Welcome to this overview presentation of the HVAC and Plumbers Pack service software for QuickBooks from Fireline Systems. In this brief video, you'll learn how to streamline your field technicians' operations with the Fireline mobile app, eliminating needless paperwork, speeding up your cash flow with faster billings, eliminating duplication and improving your customers' overall experience with your company. And best of all, the mobile app is simple for your technicians to use and easy to learn. The Fireline mobile apps for your service technicians are installed by Fireline on either an Android or an Apple mobile phone or tablet device. An internet connection is required on the device provided by the device's cellular connection or a Wi-Fi connection. Let's take a quick look at a simple example of how your technicians will receive new work orders from the office Fireline calendar to his or her mobile device in the field. Starting from the office scheduling calendar, work orders are assigned for the day to the proper technician's column by simply dragging the work orders into the correct column. With a click of a mouse, the work orders can be sent to that technician's mobile device. The technician can see all of his work order assignments on the Fireline mobile app from his mobile device. For security reasons, the tech cannot get access into QuickBooks or the office scheduling calendar. If the tech was working on the weekend or after hours, they can create a new work order on the fly without the office sending them a work order. Let's watch the technician select this work order assignment. With the assignment selected, the Fireline mobile app displays all of the options available to the technician to work this job. As you can see, it's a very simple layout. The technician can select any of the buttons to work the job. He can call the customer quickly or even send a text message that he's on the way. As you can also see, if there's an active service agreement for this particular technician, it's available on the screen. Let's start with the map button. The technician can quickly get a Google map to get directions from where he is now to the service location. Let's take a look at the other buttons that the technician has available to work this job. By clicking the comments button, he can go ahead and add his notes. Those notes can be either typed in or very simply just use voice to text. This makes it much easier for the office to read what the technician has completed for this particular job. He also has the Pictures button. This button allows him to take whatever pictures he needs to take at the job site and put notes on them as well. These pictures are sent back to the office along with the completed work order and saved on the work order history. He also has a button called Status. This gives the technician the ability to timestamp his activity from traveling to arriving to starting to completing the job. The agreement button would actually show the pieces of equipment that are covered under this particular service contract if you do have an active contract on this particular customer. The History button allows the technician to actually drill down into the 20+ most recent work orders from this particular service location without having to call the office. The Equipment button gives the technician the ability to actually drill down into specific installed pieces of equipment at this particular location. He can actually drill directly into the equipment history to see what has been completed on this particular piece of equipment in the past. If the office hasn't had time to actually set up the installed equipment on the customer's records, while the technician is in the field, he could click the New button and actually go ahead and put in the equipment type, model, serial numbers, etc. while he's physically in front of the equipment. This will get sent back to the office actually to set up the equipment for this particular service location. So the next time a call is taken, the information will be available. When the technician has completed work on the job and he's ready to record his parts and labor, he merely clicks on the Items button. This gives him the ability to go ahead and record manually the items that he's used and quantities and price, if applicable, or he can actually type in a description or part number from an item in the QuickBooks items list. For example, if we had a thermostat and that was attached to his mobile device with the QuickBooks items list, he could search for all the thermostats that are in the QuickBooks items list and then select one by pulling it back in. You do have the option of having pricing turned on or off on this particular screen for this particular work order. He also has the ability, if you would like, to be able to pick items from an Excel price list. Some people don't have items set up in their QuickBooks items list and would rather just have an Excel list of their items attached directly to the mobile device. In that case, he can also search from the Excel list either by description or by an item number. Once he's recorded his parts, he can record his labor, and notice down below here we also have the place for him to put in his start time and his end time. This information, if you're using QuickBooks Payroll, can be pulled directly to the payroll timesheet program to actually record his time for this particular job. He's recorded a trip charge on this particular job, and now he's reviewing it as if he had handwritten it on his paper work order. Once he's completed this, if he wants to add any additional items, he can. If he's done at this point, he can present it to the customer to get a signature and approval. When he's ready to present it to the customer for the approval process, he can click the Invoice Receipts button here. In the case of commercial work where we don't have prices turned on, it's going to show the line items of exactly what he's done on this particular job. He can either type or talk his notes in as to the completion of the work and the complete description of what he's done, put any recommendations in, the name of the person who's going to authorize and get a signature if it's available. In the case of residential work, when you want to do COD and have the prices turned on, the prices will show on the screen. The technician can go ahead and click the payment drop-down to show whether it was a check, cash, MasterCard, Visa, etc. And if you're using credit card swipes in the field or calling in the office, you'll continue to run your credit cards using the service that you currently have. The technician will go ahead and get the authorization. A receipt can then be emailed to the customer if necessary. This is optional. And the prices again can either be shown or blocked. The last button that I want to note here is the questions button. This option can be required by the office so that the technicians must complete it for every one of the work orders. For example, did you apply the company stickers? Yes or no? Did you get hurt on this job? Yes or no? The questions can be either yes or no questions, multiple choice questions, or fill-in type questions. These questions must be completed prior to the job being closed. When the job has been completed, the technician merely sends that work order back to the office for review. Once in the office, whoever reviews those completed work orders can pull up the office work order and actually see the information that the technician has sent back regarding the work on that particular job. They can review each of the line items that the technician has recorded, make any additional changes, add additional line items. If in fact it was commercial work and it needs to be billed, they can record the actual amounts to be billed, whether it's a lump sum or individual time and material line items. And once they have this correct on the office work order register, they merely indicate by putting check marks over to the left which of these items need to be checkmarked to be sent over to either the QuickBooks invoice or the sales receipt in the case of a COD. The final step is to click the QuickBooks button. Once this has been clicked, we will actually lay those line items directly in and create the invoice or sales receipt directly over in QuickBooks. It's that simple and easy. There's no import or sync required, and this eliminates any double entry. In summary, Fireline's paperless mobile app streamlines your entire operation in the field and in the office. You can get map directions with Google Maps. You can take pictures, review your customer and equipment history, record verbal job notes or use the keyboard, review service agreement coverages, record job statuses with timestamping. Parts, labor, work performed, and recommendations are simply added directly to the mobile app work order. Invoices can be signed with a signature approval and with payment options if COD is required. Email receipts to the customer are available, and a 24-hour service feature is also available. It's that simple. Fireline's Mobile will streamline your entire operation and eliminate the paperwork pileup. You'll never forget to bill another job since every work order is tracked. For additional information or to schedule a personal demonstration, call us at 800-890-8614 or visit our website at hvacpack.com. Welcome to this overview presentation of the HVAC